Soares. Wilco makes a run ahead of him. Bergkamp suddenly changed pace through the centre. It's Bergkamp! That's magnificent! The move, and then this, which left Dabby's ass totally stranded.
Got any sweets, mister? Apparently it's Halloween. I've no. Don't care about Halloween. I don't have children. And
I've got a pack of Haribo in the fridge if you want some.
Oh, senor. It would be an absolute pleasure. Oh, is there somebody in the chat? Oh, Steam Elements is there. It's saying hello. Right. Yes, this is the preview show for the Arsenal v Nottingham Forest. A game that shouldn't really be much of a problem, but knowing Arsenal at the moment, with a few injuries, playing a game every 3 days, we're going to do our best to make it a problem. It won't be as big of a problem as Brighton going and beating Chelsea 4-1.
Did that happen today?
Yes.
Oh.
I think it's Brighton's first win under the new manager. And 4-0. Newcastle beat Villa 4-0. And Spurs, they jammed a bloody win, didn't they? But it's Liverpool Leeds tonight. That's worth locking the kids in the bedroom and leaving them with loads of sweets. So, we're going to talk a little bit about that. So the first thing we're going to go and do is, where can you see it, Nick? Where do you reckon? Any idea?
Bulgaria.
Bulgaria, you want to know? It is... nearly said Belgium there. Bulgaria. Play Dima Extra and Dima Sport 2. There you go. But if you're in the UK, it's going to be live on Radio 5, which I find hard to believe because they don't care. Because it's a 2 o'clock kickoff. And it's our game. And without us, there would be no game because we are the ones the sponsors want and we are the ones that the football want and we pay all the wages and pay all the subscriptions. And yet we have no say in when it's going to be shown, as usual. So, it's 2 o'clock. If you've got a certain IPTV, good luck. I'll see you there. Otherwise, maybe match of the day, we'll put it on 9th or something like that. So get that one out the window. That's done, 2 p.m. Lovely. Injury table. Smith Rowe, still injured. Apparently, Marquinhos, his real name is Marcus. So I'm going to refer to him as Marcus from now on.
Can you not say his full name that we discussed earlier?
Marcus Vinicius Oliveira Alencar. So it's either Marcus or Alan.
Very good. Great pronunciation.
Our young Brazilian winger, Marcus. He is back in training, and so is Elneny, which is lovely because we've missed a pair of them. Zinchenko is still injured. Matt Turner has a bit of discomfort in his groin. Poor boy. Sad times, but we...
Get some cream for that.
I think you can do. I think you should do. I think you will do. You probably won't. We've had Shirobi, a friend of mine from Twitter, used his Prime. So we've currently got 6 subscribers all at once on Twitch. That's big money, Nick. That's the big time.
I think I'm roughly around 30, 40.
Really?
Yeah.
That's very, very good. Have you yet give up your job yet?
No, I'd need to have like 3,000 or 4,000 to give up my job.
Not 3,000 or 4,000. Well, I don't know.
You don't know how much I earn.
Oh, you've got a nice shiny car and a shiny kitten, so it could be an absolute fortune for all I know. No,
not really.
You've got some people in the chat. You've got Stefan in there. Oi, treacle. Loki is there as always. Hello. Mr. Boblex, you did a tweet. I woke up today for a wee, and I saw you did a tweet saying, "Come watch me on Twitch." There was some northern bloke. So I left. Boblex says, "Good evening, gents. Tomorrow will be a hard match. Forest will defend deep and try to counter-attack." Joshua Page, Bournemouth really shit the bed today. Apparently, they were beating Spurs 2-0 or something, and then they lost 3-2.
Oh,
it's down.
Gave me good news about Chelsea losing, and you've ruined it with them not winning.
Yeah, Mr. Boblex, welcome back, the Egyptian King. And Stefan says, we've got to put Forest to bed early tomorrow. And in honour of the Egyptian king, where is it? A little bit of a Elneny Wonderland. Look at that.
I like that picture. That's really good.
179 Elnenys. Beautiful. It's also bullshit. Lovely. So where were we up to? Saying hello to people. J-Dub. Yeah, it was disappointing seeing Spurs come back. I was asleep, but I'm still disappointed. Bob Lex, it's someone I know on Twitch. He was speed running for charity. Don't do cocaine, kids. It's bad for you. So the next bit on my list of things to do, hoof that out the window. Record against Forest. We've won 51. They've won 28, and we've drawn 22. As usual, we go and have a look at the last time we played them at home in the Premier League. It was the 8th of March, 1997, Nick. I was 26 years old. What were you doing then?
I was 12, so probably lying in bed at night with a sock.
Oh, excellent. And John Lukic in goal, Tony Adams and Martin Keown and Scott Marshall as the centre-backs. Winterburn left-back, Dixon right-back. It would have been Bergkamp up front with Stephen Hughes on one wing, Platt on the other, and Merson and Vieira in the middle, I'm guessing. And Bergkamp scored 2 goals. Was I at that game? I don't know. I have no idea at all. Who is the current Forest manager? His name is Steve Cooper. There was a couple of Coopers who played that day. We've got Steve Stone, and we've got a... I'm sure they said there was a Cooper on there. No, we've got a Steve Chettle and a Steve Jones, Steve Stone, and Dougie Friedman. I sat next to his missus at a Barnet game once. That is my claim to fame. So that was.
Did you speak to her?
I indirectly. I said to whoever's with me, "Bloody hell, that Dougie Friedman's good," and she said, "That's my husband." She's Scottish, obviously. Game before that, 8th of March, 97. That's the one I've just done. Did it twice. 10th of February, 96. And it was, we beat them 1-0. Bergkamp scored. And again, here we go. Steve Chettle and Colin Cooper, but no Steve Cooper. Kevin Campbell was playing for Forest that day. And Jason Lee, pineapple on his head, can't say that. He got all depressed about it. He got a yellow in 83 and sent off in 85. And also in 83, Keown got a booking, so Keown was probably winding him up. We had Ian Wright up front and Bergkamp playing just behind him, and Merson. Glenn Helder played. Oh, great days. Get rid of that. Don't care about that anymore. How many players can you name? It's a new feature, people. How many players can you name, Nick, over the years that have played for both Arsenal and Forest? According to Transfer Market, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 17, Nick. You get £1,000 for everyone you can name.
This isn't going to end well.
I just mentioned one.
But yeah, but that's the one you've already said, so I'm not allowed to say that one, am I? Super Kevin Campbell. I know someone went on loan, but I can't remember. I know it was a midfielder.
He's tidy boy.
Well, Aaron Ramsey.
Hey, well done. That's £2,000.
It wasn't who I was thinking of, but I'll take it.
The Corporal.
What, Jenkinson went there?
Yes,
excellent. I mean, if you just keep telling me who they are, I'll be able to guess. I don't know how that works.
I don't want to ruin it for you. It's just a little bit of fun. You got Jose Uzi Tutu, Abcom.
That's who I was thinking of.
Josh Reese, Henry Lansbury, James Dunn, Matt Upson, Andy Marriott, Viv Anderson. Everyone should know Viv, Big Viv. And then Willie Young, Colin Anderson, Joe Baker, John Barnwell, Len Julians, his English answers showing off there, and Charlie Jones. Apparently, there's only ever been 17. Well, top goal scorers in this fixture. Alan Smith with 5. This is over the history of it. Peter Davenport with 4. Nigel Clough with 4. David Hurd 3. And Dennis Bergkamp with 3 as well. And they've only ever played each other once as managers. And that is when we played them and they beat us 1-0 in the FA Cup. Sad times.
I like how you've gone back to the 90s and you haven't gone back to the Cup game where they humiliated us last time.
No, that wasn't. That was at their place, so it doesn't count.
It doesn't count because it was their place. Great.
Yeah. So we're only doing home ones. They beat us. That was 22nd of January this year. Went there, lost 1-0. Jed Spence, I think was his name. Run us ragged. It was
I think he ran Tavares ragged, didn't he? I don't think he ran everyone else.
Yeah, so if Anderson was class, it was absolute class. Loki says, I remember the 3-3 draw with Forest were 3-1 up. Nigel Clough scored 2 worldies. Yes, indeed. And the offspring lives in, she just moved from one place in Nottingham to another shitty part of Nottingham. And it's where she lives is lovely and it's gated. They have a little gated community to keep the ruffians out. And she loves it there. So she's
to keep them in.
Well, that is a good point. That knowing her, they paid to have the gates put up. So, did I even tweet from my own account? No, I didn't say that. Yes, forgot to tweet from my own account to say that we were live. But other things that we need to talk about, Nick. This is the fabled for best formation. This is the one. But we Tizian, who is Zinchenko, won't be playing. So will it be this formation? Saliba, what? No, that won't be that formation either. It won't be that formation, and it won't be that one. So we're going to go back to that one. How far away from our best formation are we going to be? Obviously, Zinchenko isn't going to play. And who are you going to put at left back?
Well, is Tierney still fit, or is he injured again?
No, he's fit. He played against PSV. Yeah. So would you be happy?
Haven't we got someone who's on? We've got some players who are on 4 yellow cards. Do you think maybe Gabriel might be dropped and then pick him instead, like Saliba or something like that? Because I think Jesus on 4 yellow cards as well. And who've we got coming up after that?
We have Zurich in the cup, and then after that we have Chavsky.
Exactly. So do you think maybe he'll drop Gabriel out and go White and Saliba for the game, or do you think he'll just hopefully get through till 60, 70 minutes and bring him off?
Well, at the moment this is all competitions. Xhaka on 5, Jesus on 5, Big Willie's on 4, Saka 3, Odegaard 3, but some of those will have been in Europe, but this doesn't break it. Oh, I haven't played any cup competitions yet, have we? So I can click. I thought we played a League Cup game. No. So actual bookings in the Premier League, Jesus and Saliba both on 4, everyone else on 2, 1 or 0.
Oh, Saliba who's on 4, not I thought it was Gabriel. All right, we'll drop
one of the centre backs.
It gives Saliba the day off because you just know if he gets like a yellow card today, then all of a sudden next week when we play Chelsea, everyone else will have bird flu and basically you'll be playing at centre half again. The last time you played centre half, we lost 8-2 to Man U, didn't we? So.
That's very true. Bob Bleck says Gabriel is a doubt. Loki says Nottingham has 52% lovelies. Josh, Chelsea are after him. They can fuck off. Joshua says, not sure it will be unchanged from the last Premier League game. Yeah, after the midweek nightmare. I did say on the podcast on Tuesday, Nick, I said, Arteta, if you're listening, me old fruit, you need to play our reserves against PSV because they are very decent at home. And what did he do? Didn't fucking listen to a word I said. And what happened? We went out there. Most of our first team players got a game when they shouldn't have done, and we lost anyway. Eddie couldn't score in a brothel. Again, that's going to be a bit of a problem, isn't it? How do you feel about Eddie?
What, you think he's going to start?
Good God, no. No, we need to. He's not. Does he? The only way he does well is if he used to play for them. He was a Chelsea product, and he was on loan at Leeds, so that's why he scored 2 goals against each of those 2 last season. But other than that, he isn't doing much.
No, that's funny how he did really well leading up to him getting a new contract, and now he seemed to have gone backwards again. Which that's not just him. That seems to happen with a lot of players. You know, not just Arsenal players. You know, like Salah at Liverpool. Signed a thing and now he's crap and things like that. But I don't know. I just don't ever. I mean, was he 24? He'll be 25 at some point in the next year. I assume that's how it normally works. But
I don't think he's 24.
He's 24.
He's about 16.
No, he's 24, Nketiah. Trust me.
Is
I'm a
it?
doctor.
Oh.
You're fact checking me, aren't you?
He is 23. He'll be 24 in May, the day after Sean's birthday.
Okay, I averaged him up a little bit.
Is it? At what point do we go, that's enough with him? Because he scored 25 goals in 108 games, all competitions in his career for Arsenal. But this season, 11 Premier League games, no goals, no assists, and 5 Europa League games, 2 goals, 1 assist.
To be honest, I'd just let him leave in the summer because now we're stuck with him for whatever 2 or 3 years, whatever the contract he signed on $100,000 a week. There was a couple of clubs, not many. I think Palace were always talked about, and Leeds potentially, but none of them are going to pay him £100,000 a week. So we've kind of made our odd for our own back. I would have just let him go on in the summer, and I think you said it on here before, a few of the guys, that gone out and get someone a bit more experienced, like 32, 33-year-old. Happy to come and sit on the bench and play second fiddle and, just have a little, last chance at playing for a big club. Yeah, maybe that as well. But obviously Arteta's done what he's done. And like I said, no goals and no assists so far. So, yeah, that's probably the worst decision he could have done, But he was playing well at the end of last season. So I don't think anyone really complained that much for giving him a deal, but like you said, though, $100,000 a week, that's going to be difficult to sell on.
That's a lot of Pokemon.
Yeah, when you say, come and buy our striker, he scored no goals this season.
But to be fair to him, if he'd have played all of those games, that would have been 990 minutes in the Premier League. He's only actually played about 225, so that's...
Okay, so would you have started him in front of Jesus instead?
Against Forest?
No, against everyone. All season.
Oh, God, no.
Exactly. So
Absolutely
it's kind of a
not.
moot point. You don't think he's good enough to start, but you're saying the only reason why he would score goals if he started and played every game. Well, do you think
that would be his excuse.
Yeah, but I don't know. I just don't think he's that clever. And like I say, 23, nearly 24. I know it's horrible to compare everyone to the likes of, Henry and people like that, but that's the standard we all want.
Yeah.
And when Henry was 23, 24, what was he doing? He was winning doubles, winning competitions, winning the World Cup for France and things like that at that stage. And if he's not doing that by now, I don't think he's ever going to do it. I know some people can peak late, but if you had to put money on it, do you think all of a sudden he'll hit 24, 25 and he'll turn into a worldie?
No. Sadly, this is actually his 6th season that he's been playing games for Arsenal. In his career, 128 games, 31 goals. Not good enough.
Not really. Not for where Arsenal want to be and want to be going. He's not. So, I mean, I would definitely be looking at getting a striker and a midfielder in January. But I think a striker's probably, could be more prioritised than a midfielder at the moment.
Womble says, is the plan not to have Martinelli as the central striker in time? I'm not sure that he has what it takes to score that number of goals per season. He's got everything else in his locker. I don't know how much he keeps in his locker, but he's only 21, so he's a couple of years behind Eddie. But he has got the pace and he has got the skills and he's got everything, but he just hasn't really got the... If I go and have a look at Martinelli, he's played so far for the Arse 100 games and got 22 goals. So this season in the Premier League, he's got 4 in 11, which is pretty decent. Yeah, I think Martinelli could have the ability to do it because he's got the skills, but Eddie just tends to look lost. I mean, we went through all this last season, and Arteta obviously doesn't listen to a word we say. So let's talk a little bit about how you think the game's going to go.
Well, like I said, we'll know which we always seem to do in the first 5-10 minutes. I think a few people in chat have said it, and that's right. We've got to hit them early and hit them hard and actually take some of the chances that we're doing, because the last few games we've looked a little bit slowing down a bit. And I won't say we fluked a few games 1-0, but they could have been a lot worse and maybe could have been a draw. Because we've got to take a lot more the chances we've been taking. And let's say, was it Jesus? Was it? So was it 5 games now he hasn't scored?
5 or 6 if you include the European game.
Exactly, and which is why Man City got rid of him. He's just not.
Ooh.
Well, it isn't. Obviously, they wouldn't sell him to us if they thought he was going to score what Haaland score. And yeah, I know he's been at Man City a few years and got Premiership medals, but he tried for a season for him to play as number one instead of Aguero. When Aguero did he retire? Or did he go to Spain, or is that the same thing?
He went to Barcelona and then had to retire due to heart problems.
Oh, so
he went on a free.
Yeah. So if he's decided he's not up there with Aguero and he got rid of him, that's why he's come to Arsenal. And maybe he is going to do it more. I think he needs to be a little bit more greedy and stay up top a bit more. I know he loves his link-up play, coming into midfield and trying to help. But I think he's got to get the balance a bit more towards scoring goals, because it's nice coming helping Odegaard and Partey and helping out in the midfield. But if a striker doesn't score goals, he's not doing his job, is he?
Well, they got 22 players in. They bought 22 players in the summer, and they bought another 3 in on loan. 25 players, and I'm just looking at their away record in the Premier League this season. 0-0 at Brighton, lost 1-0 at Wolves, lost 4-0 at Leicester, 6-0 at Man City, and they drew 1-1 at Everton, lost 2-0 at Newcastle. So they have done absolutely nothing apart from the only away win they've had this season is 3-0 at Grimsby in the League Cup. So I agree with what you were saying. We should go out there and we should smash them. Loki says it's a 4-1 easy. Looking at all the details and the players they've got and the players we've got and the fact that we've just lost a game, I think hopefully the players are going to be up for it and we're going to go out there and smash them. I'm going 5-0 because someone one day is going to get an absolute bum smacking from us. What do you reckon?
Probably. I mean, we should have done that to Villa in August, because that is probably some of the best I've seen us play, and just somehow only managed to scrape that 2-1 when we should have been 5-0 up at half time. But it all depends what Forest turn up, because I mean they did okay last week, didn't they?
But did you see it on Match of the Day?
No, because
they were horrendous. Liverpool should have scored about 6 or 7 that game.
Yeah.
Van Dijk missed a point blank header. His defending was terrible. He could have had 2 or 3 goals himself. It was just Liverpool having a shit day. And
so you don't think they're going to be flying high with confidence because they've beaten Liverpool coming to us?
No. They're a team waiting to go down. I don't really want them to go down. I quite like Forest. They're one of the big teams when growing up. But they are bottom of the Premier League for a reason, and they have conceded the second highest number of goals with 23, which is 2 goals a game virtually. They've only scored 8 goals. And
they seem to be doing a QPR, which they did a few years ago. That might be over 10 years ago now, when they just spent loads of money and just bought everyone, and they still went down because they've got no momentum from the side that got them promoted, because I don't think hardly any of the players that got them promoted are still there.
No, I think 6 of their starting 11 were players they had on loan. The only thing they are winning, by the way, is the aggression. Most number of bookings in the Premier League, they're on 32 with Man United and Everton. So that is the absolute most. But they've not had anybody sent off. So hopefully we'll do something about that tomorrow. So, yeah, it should be, as they say, on paper, this should be an easy win because they're rubbish away. We're good. We've got a sore bum from being kicked all over the pitch against PSV. And so I think we're going to beat them. Right, we're only going to do this for half now because Nick has got to he's got to go and entertain his followers and his fans and his groupies. So did you pick a score? I was going 5-0. Everybody in the chat, put what your score you're going to pick, and then I'll highlight it and then we can laugh at you later.
3-0.
3-0. And who are you going to give those goals to?
Jesus 2 and a Martinelli 1. I'm
going Jesus hat-trick. Saka and Martinelli.
Would that be his first hat-trick? I think so.
It would be indeed. But it's just we've got all of our players. It should be quite easy. We should be able to do it. Josh Page says 3-0. Phil Macker says 3-0. Nerdan says 4-0. Loki says Forest have a good kit. No fucking sponsor. Does look a bit odd though, doesn't it? Mr. Boblex 3-1. Martinelli and Jesus to get 2. Oh, lovely. Anyone else want to put their prediction up, and then I'll read it out? While they're doing that, Nick, while they're busy banging away at their keyboards, where can people find you on the World Wide Wait?
I'm on Twitch and Twitter at Nick Fights, where I play games very badly and basically have chats, shout and call me names at all time. And then they pay me to shout and call me names. So, which I don't mind.
And tonight, what film are you going to? You're doing a film thing, aren't you? Where you all watch it together, but at different people's houses.
Yeah, that's like through Discord, and I can't say what film I'm going to be watching because I should not have access to it.
Lemon popsicle. There you go. It's the 80s all over again. And what am I going to do? I hear nobody ask. Anna came over last night, and we had Chinese, so I'm going to have leftover Chinese, and I've just. Still not got decent sound for my PC, which is annoying me. My lovely Bose system died. Fucking thing. Oh, Bob Lex says he'll see you later in Discord. Does he follow? Is he one of your lot now?
Yeah, I think I knew him from Twitch and that before I knew him through here.
Oh, we've got a hater.
Yeah, but everyone hates Phil Macker anyway. I swear I saw him the other day, and I just swore at him and then just kept on driving.
Has he been bullied by 3-year-olds?
I think so. They were on those little push scooters, and he was crying walking down the street. Pretty sure that was him.
I think they probably took his sweeties off him. Right, people, there you go. Short and sweet. I don't know who is going to be on with me tomorrow, because I put it in the group today. You said possibly, and John said possibly, and everyone else went, "Oh no, I'm going out to play." And because they're all useless, apart from you and John, I'm going to have them all fired. So tomorrow it's going to be, the game kicks off at 2. I won't be doing a post-game show right after the game, but I will definitely do one tomorrow night. Not sure at what point, maybe 7 o'clock, maybe something like that, 8 o'clock. Let you digest the game. Actually, it means I'm going to spend all day in bed. Oh, I've got such a sure. Actually, took some more CBD oil, and my shoulder has gone from not being able to move it to movable. Nice. Right, Nick, thank you very much. It's been an absolute joy having you on. Everyone has missed you. Where have you been?
I've been busy doing something.
Oh, your evil twin says, "I don't walk anywhere. I ride my moped, baby."
My evil twin. So basically, I'm Schwarzenegger and he's Danny DeVito. Then
there you go. That's it. Phil Macker letting everyone down. Probably got stabilisers on his bike. Womble says Norfolk is a country where horses ride people from a Suffolk farm boy. That's fighting talk.
Technically, I'm in South Norfolk, so there you go.
I'm in northwest Cambridgeshire. Don't like that. Doesn't sound right, does it?
Northwest? No, that's both. Never mind.
Yes, it is indeed. Oh, fireworks! Right, that's the sign we've got to go. Thank you very much, everybody, for watching. If you're new, consider giving it a thumbs up and a subscribe, possibly. I don't know how this works. It's still all new to me. And we will see you tomorrow. Nick, say something wise before we go.
Up the Arsenal.
That'll do.
As soon as I scored that goal, I was fucking livid. Get down, dog. Splendid business.
He nearly caught the bloody thing. What are you talking about?
So I was just eating a full quiche. Well, you don't often see them at it. So when you see them in the supermarket, they need to be swagged, microwaved immediately, and get the brown sauce on and bosh, Bob's your uncle.
Never in doubt.